Wow, that is fun. That's good stuff right there. Hey there, Internet. Keeve here, and welcome to the Cars and Keeve YouTube channel. And in this video, we're going over the AR675 V2. Could be sold out right now, might not be. Currently it is, but I'm not going to release the video until they get it back in stock. We'll see what it's like. And even on the AR website right now, the V2 is not up. The V1 is up and it says new version coming soon. So I never actually reviewed the original AR675. The V2 it looks a little bit better. It kind of looks the same. They changed to the black from the blue, just like the AR630 did. I was kind of hoping to see if we can get some more performance. What can we get out of it? What's the gallons per minute for car washing? What nozzles do you use? Stuff like that. Now I have this wand here. This did not come with it. I'm just kind of showing some of the storage solutions it's got, like right here on the side. It's got a little slot here, over here it's got a slot here, and on the back here it's got this slot right here. It also has a slot for a gun because this has been and could be sold with the whole gun accessory combo. This one is just a bare unit by itself. And on this side, the electrical cord storage, look at the size of it. Look at how much cord there is. This is a third of what would go there. You think that's gonna fit? Ah, man, it looks like way too much work. You do have an unloader valve. You can turn down the PSI, you can turn up the PSI. It does have a gauge here, but it just says min, medium, and max. I guess it'll tell you as you're turning the unloader valve, how it's going to change what's going on here, but it doesn't really correlate to any numbers or anything. Also right here, this is the shipping cap for the oil. And they do that so it doesn't leak oil when it's being delivered because it's already filled with oil. This is wrapped around the unloader valve along with a breathable dipstick cap. The one bad thing is this is a horrible design. You have all this plastic cladding around this, and I'm sure this plastic cladding can all come off. It might actually look better. I don't know. To get your fingers in there to take the cap off is dang near impossible. I'm using a 17mm socket here. Once you get it undone enough, you're okay. You see, it's just a red cap. You replace it with this. But man, look at this. This big old piece to try to screw down. I mean, AR, what were you thinking? What, like, details. I talk about it all the time. These little details. Up front, M22 14mm connection, and then the water hose connection is already part of the assembly, which is great. These pumps obviously are more likely going to be able to be rebuildable. So dimension-wise, I say we're at about 11 inches this way. Measuring everything, we're at about 17.25 that way. And then height-wise, we're about 10 inches. Now it states 2000 PSI, 1.7 GPM. We all know that a lot of these numbers can be off. That 2000 PSI number could be true from an internal standpoint, probably at the point where the total start-stop system is stopped. It's holding the pressure and waiting for you to pull the trigger on the gun. Pull the trigger on the gun, instant little bit of sometimes pop or burst, and then it's going to run its rated flow. But that max flow could possibly be right then, but you'll never achieve that while it's running. It's a number that means absolutely nothing, yet they use it as a way to market. I absolutely hate it that they do that. The rated numbers is what they should use. So it looks like maybe 1.5 GPM of rated and 1450 of rated. It doesn't say rated, but that number is there right next to the max number. I guess that's what it means. Now, actually AR, when I went to SEMA, they really did not push this at all to me because I saw it and I asked about it and they were like, well, restaurants and people, because that's where it seems to be another huge market for these is restaurant cleanup, like late at night after everybody's gone, when they you know, rinse down the hoods and rinse down the walls and all that kind of stuff. They'll use like a hot version of something like this, but supposedly that's what the majority of the sales are for. But the thing is, it's $735. So it's a very expensive 15 amp machine that does not provide great numbers. Hey everybody, Keith from the future here. And I gotta say a lot has changed since I filmed this video in January. I've been sitting on it for a while because it was out of stock. Came back in stock. Now, people are basically just selling the hot version for $900 to $1,000. I have not seen a cold unit come back yet. Car Supplies Warehouse has it listed, but it's at $895, $995 for the hot version. Clean Garage has the hot version for $895. So that's really truly the only option. But now at $900, I don't know, man. Take that into consideration as you watch the rest of the video. $895 instead of $735. You're getting a very nice commercial durable unit, but is it worth the money for the performance? That's the tough question. That's the hard one to answer. Weighs in at 34 pounds. I thought I saw a listing saying this thing weighed 49 pounds. No, it only weighs 34 pounds without the cable. With the cable, we're gonna add a couple pounds, 37.6 pounds. Well, that's the overview. And before we get into the testing, check the links below for anything in the video, product tags, discount codes there as well. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. High points if you feel it deserved and give them away. If not, at the end of the video, I'll show you a small creator that you can support. Let's have some fun. All right, so we got our display cart set up here with everything that we're gonna use. And since it has no accessories, we're gonna use the accessories that I would normally use. We have the red McKillen's 1/4 inch hose here, but this is the M22 one. So it has their connection kit that has the push locks. And I have a swivel-based type of 3H quick disconnect M22 fitting here that goes onto here. It's a kind of fitting that doesn't use that internal piece. So it doesn't matter if it's 14 millimeters or 15 millimeters, it's going to work on any of them because it has a gasket and you just screw it on just like a garden hose type connection. So that's just going to give you the ability to just pop it on there. This hose is also available in gray and also to where they're just normal quick connect. Speaking of gray, using my Flexzilla gray swivel grip hose, love it. I have my Ely gun here with a quick connect at the end. So that way I can shut off water right here. The gun we're going to use is the Zebra Clean. It's still my favorite. Just great trigger, great swivel. The upright angle is the one thing that isn't great, but everything else is so good that I'm okay with working with that. We are going to be using our Raincovo foam cannon here and actually was able to replicate the crack that people have complained about. And mine actually did crack, as you can see right here, but it still works for me even though it's cracked. But the more you tighten it down, the bigger that little gap gets. The comments in the videos, I was never able to replicate that, but we have replicated now that crack. I just really still like it. I still like it. But if you're looking for an alternative, a little bit higher quality construction and everything, bottle, everything, the ADS drift foam cannon is amazing. It works really, really well. Code CARSAKEY to save you 10% there as well. And the foam cannon, as always, 32-to-1 of incredible suds. My favorite soap. Foam's great, clean's great. Just like the Armour Detail Supply, code CARSAKEY to save 10%, DIY Detail, and the House of Rags. We're gonna turn it on, see if we get any leaks. I've never heard that sound before, but it works now. Let that flow, get all the air out. So now I'm gonna do our break-in procedure. I think this is a good thing that we're doing reviews in the future. Doing it straight out of the box, they get a little bit better over time and they kind of break in a little bit. The amps change a little bit. So what I do is I run it for as long as possible until the pressure regulates and kind of evens out and stays the same. Then I run it for a full minute. We do that 5 times in a row to break that machine in. I got a 2.0. Let's do a 2.0. I don't have anything really smaller than that. We're getting 1350 PSI, 13.5 amps, but it's only like 1.15 gallon per minute on the wall, but we are well within the amp. We started out at 1350 PSI and we ended up at 1450 PSI. So we gained 100 PSI by about the second or third minute long duration of the break-in. What you'll notice is at the first part of the minute long run, you'll be, lower like 1430, 1440. A few seconds in, we're up towards 1450. And then by the end of the first full minute, we're at 1470, but then the amps creeps from 14.6 up to 14.9. So a 2.0 to me, I think is a bit too much. It is under 15 though. We've gotten close to the 1450 that they're rated at, but we're nowhere near the dang 2000 that they talk about. So that's the 2.0. Let's try the 2.5. And on the wall, that was 1.22 gallons per minute towards the end of the break-in. At the beginning of the break-in, it was 1.15. So the gallons per minute got better as well. So about 1300 PSI, 13.4 amps, but a big increase to 1.4 gallons per minute. Let's go to a 3.0. About 1080 PSI, 1.58 gallons per minute on the wall, and only like 11.8 amps on this. Here's the 3.5. And I will have a chart at the end with all these numbers, so that way you don't have to remember them all. So 18 10 PSI, 10.2 amps. But we didn't gain a lot. It was 1.62 or so on the wall. So 1.58 to 1.62 to drop 300 PSI. I don't know, 3.0 is probably it. So I have my spray muffler right here because the spray that comes out of the spray gun is louder than the unit and it messes up with the decibel readings. But using my bucket here with everything, it muffles the sound to where it doesn't mess it up. So I'm going to use that over here. Ambient is about 35. .76 decibels from right there. Let's push this way over here. And those are some pretty good numbers there. And for a mobile detailer, obviously you're trying to save and be efficient with water, with electricity, but also with sound. And this being 76 decibels from right here and about 71 to 72 decibels, 71.5 from 6 feet. That's pretty good. Does a total start stop have a ton of push, or is it? Yeah, it's got a pretty good size pop. That actually feels pretty good. It's about 1050 at 1.55 gallons per minute. To put that in perspective, a $100 Ryobi is going to get you 900-ish at 1.4, 1.45 gallons per minute. I don't think we're gonna have any problem with foam because the PSI numbers are there and they could take a 2.0. So a 1.25 in here is going to be perfectly fine. It should showcase some pretty dang good foam. Sure can. What is our amps on that? 11 amps. I think we could run a 1.1 on this. I don't see the need to. Let's run one anyway. Let's see what happens. 3.0 rinse off. .4 amps. We are just fine. This thing is going to foam. Look at that. Wow, that is fun. That's good stuff right there. Just made my day. This is what we're here for. I mean, I have to admit, it feels pretty dang good. It feels better than the numbers. You know, could be that perfect combo there. Obviously, it's nowhere near other units like the Duo, the Active 2.0. Even Ava products have more GPM than this. All right, so the bucket test. This has become less and less in the videos because the meter on the wall has been so dang accurate, but we do this in the video to make sure that the meter is accurate, or if it is off, then we can just use those percentages that they're off to get numbers for all the other nozzles. So this is my setup here. I just have this one. I have the 3.0 in here. We set this all up. We zero out. So now the only weight that matters is the weight in the bucket. A gallon of water weighs 8.34 pounds. So we run it for exactly 1 minute. That will get us our gallons per minute. Okay, so we got 12.90 divided by 8.34, 1.546, 1.55 gallons per minute. So on the wall, we were about 1.55 to 1.58 for the 3.0. 3.5, we were 1.58 to 1.61. So we're gonna go ahead and try the 3.5 just to see, but I would expect about 1.61 or so with the 3.5. But I don't think it's worth the drop in PSI from 1050 to 810 to gain that very little minute amount of gallons per minute. 13.40 divided by 8.34, 1.606, so 1.61 gallons per minute. The wall is pretty much spot on, maybe percentage, 1% or less. So there you go. And the big question is it worth it? I think that all depends on your scenario and what you're willing to spend and what you want, right? We have a durable, rebuildable, maintainable machine that is quiet, that's 15 amps or less, and actually significantly less than 15 amps when you're using a 3.0 nozzle. And even with a 1.1 on the foam cannon, it's only 13 something amps. So very friendly to generators. I think this is great for efficient usage of, say, a vehicle that's running only a 50 or 60 gallon tank. You're going to be able to, you know, maintain and not waste a ton of water. For my setup, or for most people's setups, I don't think it works because the performance you're getting for the price just isn't there, because when we're in the garage or outside and we're not looking, I guess, at conserving as much. The sound for sure, but for $200 more, AR630 V2 if you have a 20 amp. But if you're stuck to the 15 amp and you want a quiet machine, this is a doable, but an Ava is doable from a homeowner's perspective as well. Actually 2.0 is louder, but you know, if you're looking for the less sound, the Ava might be the way to go as well. I'll have all that linked below as well. So there you go. Check the links below for anything in the video. Product tags, discount codes are down there as well. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hype points, if you feel I deserve them, you can throw them away. If not, here is a small creator that you can support. So here's who we can support today. This is Duck Pond Detailing. She's doing her 2025 detail wrapped favorite products. As you can see on the comments, you can swipe to the left and you can see hype points. I'm going to hype and I can get 4.1 thousand hype points. Nice. And there you go. 51,000 hype points for her. That's pretty dang good there. And when it comes to hype points, we don't quite know exactly what they do, but YouTube rules, less than 500,000 subscribers, you have to be partnered with YouTube and the video has to been posted within the last 7 days. But that doesn't mean you don't have to support them at all. I'm just going to show you how to give your hype points. So there you go. I'll see you in the next video. You know, normally just use a set of normally just use has. Now they have fixed the blah, 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 blah. All right, so that's the overview. All right, that's the so I have my spray